And one last set of stories here, the giant auk. The giant auk is sort of like a giant flightless puffin and lived all around the northern through around a lot of the northern hemisphere. But sealers found that it was people who hunted seals found that these were easier to hunt than seals. Bash them over the head. They're almost, vast amounts of fat. You could render them very quickly and use the fat for all sorts of things and sell it. And so their populations crashed a lot. Then, as they were getting very, very rare at the beginning of the 19th century, there was in terms of people's fascination with natural history, a whole bunch of people all over Europe wanted to collect the eggs of every single European bird, and this was the rarest European bird. And so eggers would go out to find giant auk eggs and sell them for a vast amount of money, and that put a lot of pressure on them. And then, in fact, there's a whole monograph, portraits of all the remaining great auk eggs. They're eggs about this big, and they have some dark brown modeling on them. And you wouldn't necessarily want a beautiful hand-colored book of pictures of each egg, but that book exists by Alfred Newton of Cambridge University.
Was that during the Victorian era?
Yes, of course. And before they got it, and then finally, the last little colony of them was on an island off the coast of Iceland, and it erupted and steamed them all to death. And that was the end of the Great Auk. There was one Great Auk that was a pet of the King of Denmark, and he made a little sort of pearl leash for it, and he walked around with his auk on a leash. And a portrait was painted of it, and then other people, as the Great Auk got rarer and rarer, would use that portrait and copy it. So many of the portraits of the wild Great Auk have a white ring around its neck, which was actually a necklace that was put around the pet auk's neck. So, okay, weird auk facts.